Hey everyone, this is my first little video from my new home in West Virginia. You know, as a business owner, in every moment you have a choice, as you do in your personal life. You're not going to be able to please everyone, but I have to tell you, what you put out, you get back. I had a business, I'm not a realtor, I don't play one on TV, and I kept getting these emails for leads for real estate, which I don't need. So I kept saying, please remove me, please remove me. As a business owner, you're required to have an option for people to unsubscribe to you. So they didn't respond to that. There was no way I could respond on social media. And then I continued to say, please take me off your mailing list. Now during this time, my mom is ill. She died August 9th. I'm angry. A couple weeks later, I have to deal with this. And so after that happened, they started to call me. And I'm like, I don't need your resources. You're harassing me. It wouldn't stop. So I filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau in North Carolina in the Triad where this company is. So the BBB then gives your information, which I don't think is okay, of who you are. And so the guy did recon on me and calls me up. Luckily, my father and brother were in the room and says, if you don't take this thinly veiled threat, that's how I viewed it. And he was like, I'm a business owner, you know how it is. And then he follows up with an email, which wasn't too bright, and says kind of the same thing, thinly veiled. It just takes one bad review. And if you take down your review of me, because I was at my wit's end because they wouldn't leave me alone and the BBB was the only option I could think of, they said, then we'll write good reviews for you. Well, none of you or none of your employees have been clients. On August 9th, my mom dies, and he had called me a couple days before and made good on his threat and gave me 1-star review on BBB. Now I've responded, and we'll see what the BBB says. I have the email. I said, this is what he called. This is what he does. Here's the email. I can provide you, interpret it. Legal and immoral and all those ethics things aside, what is this guy putting out to the universe? Because it will come back to you. I'm hoping it doesn't escalate. I've said I think it's harassment at this point, but it angers me that I was put in a position of saying the truth and then being either bribed or threatened to remove my review. One of the downsides of social media is that you can have people that are unethical. We'll see how the BBB responds, who's never had me in business, give me 1 star. And I just want you to think about, there are ways that you can respond. I said in my response, all you had to do was apologize. First of all, you're required, because of spam law, to give an option to unsubscribe. You didn't take ownership that you did anything wrong. You said you had an automated system. Nothing was your fault. So you didn't take ownership, you didn't apologize, and instead you tried to give a thinly veiled threat or bribe me. And that's just deeply disturbing. But sadly, that is what is out there. So if you're a business owner, you can always respond in a good way. It would have been, I'm sorry, we'll get on this. I know that I have to do something to give people the option to subscribe. You always have an option to do what's right. You always have an option to be morally and ethically okay. So just some things to consider. And again, whatever happens, he's already put the energy out there. Maybe the best pass for me would have been not to respond because of the 1 star just said I was rude. But it's one of those things I've got to be in my bonnet. Dealing with the death of my mother, and then I've got to deal with this, to quote my former North Carolina neighbor, a moron. So just think about, what are you saying? What are you putting out there in the universe? Because no matter what, it's going to come back to you. So food for thought for all my small business owners out there.